May 2024 for each of the 12 signs. I'm Lada from AstroladaOfficial, and this May is such a joy compared to April. All planets are moving direct, so things will go more according to plans. There is a powerful first activation of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, so finally what I promised you of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction will start unfolding from you with the new moon in Taurus. This abundance, opportunities that will support you for the next 14 years. You'll see the first signs of it materially from May. Then we have the Jupiter-Venus conjunction and the Jupiter-Sun conjunction. This month is just beauty. It smells of champagne and caviar and sweet-sounding melody and nymphs dancing naked. this has this Taurian lushness and beauty of Jupiter-Venus sign and abundance and camaraderie. So it's and then we have Jupiter entering a new sign. I'm gonna cover each of the 12 signs, how Jupiter will affect you for the next 12 months. And of course we have Mars being reborn. I'm not gonna give it off, but oh, it is exciting. Okay, I really love this month. But before we start, I have created a short tutorial for an hour and a half, just $9.99 for each of the 12 signs, whoever is interested in it, to how each of the 12 signs, their first and second marriages, and how their life changes after marriage. For example, Aries and Libra, their financial situation is intimately connected with their partnership. So it really changes for the better or worse, usually for the better. Pisces, for example, they can have property much more easily after they get married. Or do you know that Scorpios are more likely, and Taurus are more likely to have hidden relationships, or, and we're talking ascendants here mostly, and moon, or to marry foreigners or someone from a different religion. Or Aquarians have a pattern of marrying someone from a different country as well. And I'll explain to you, it's fascinating. Or do you know that the second marriage of some signs is much better, naturally inclination, than the second marriage is much better than the first. For other signs, the first marriage would be better than the second one, just because you're born under a certain ascendant. Anyway, thank you so much. Check it out. It's fantastic. It's really enjoyable. It's just $9.99 on the description below. And now let's begin. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, May 2024. Capricorn, the month starts with Mars becoming visible. We haven't been able to see Mars in the sky for the last 6-7 months. And that's a huge event in ancient astrology, because Mars is the planet that disappears the longest from all planets. So when it's born again, we see a huge focus for us for the next 2 years that will mobilize our energy, that will ask us to put a lot of our willpower and to become strong there and to win battles. And for you, Capricorn, Mars is appearing in your 4th house. So already from the beginning of the month, a new theme can enter your life. The rebirth of Mars, becoming visible at sunrise. A new theme of, maybe some of you might want to build a property. Some of you might want over the next 2 years. Some of you might want to relocate. Some of you might want to put a lot of effort into, or maybe the theme of becoming parents, Mars, or the theme of being involved and putting a lot of energy and a lot of your activities connected to home, family, property, real estate. If you're someone who is already in real estate, you can become very proactive there. Things can start moving. It's fantastic to build something at home, to land, to big developments connected to real estate. Or you can just be initiating family or property or something like that, where you put a lot of energy, maybe over the next year and a half, decorating something. Of course, it can initiate some of the more darker manifestation of Mars, which is arguments or some shocks and surprises with family members, home, property, damages there. But that's for the low manifestation. And I think it's good because Mars is in Aries, and it's not going to be born there again for maybe 30 years. It's not going to become visible for the first time in Aries for a long time. So I think it's a very important, not just May, but the next year too for you, something to do with home, settling, parenthood, responsibilities, and you solve problems there. You're go, you put a lot of logic, ingenuity, innovation with anything to do with real estate, property, and so on. Maybe a lot of energy around parenthood as well and in the home. So all those themes, I say, give you the green light with Mars being born in the 4th house. On another level, we have a new moon, which is activating exactly the last month Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. And many people said Jupiter-Uranus happened. Well, maybe I had an insight or two, but nothing life-changing. And you said Jupiter-Uranus can be life-changing, freeing you abundance. But it's 14 years. It's a cycle that just started. So every time it gets activated, a new part of the story unfolds. And the first time it's going to get activated ever is now on the 8th of May. And then around the sun and the moon will activate it around the 8th, the first 2 weeks after the 8th. And then Venus activates it those first couple of 3 weeks of May. So the first activation of this very lucky conjunction that will show new opportunities for you, that will unfold, and opportunities for abundance and growth and meaning and purpose in your life over the next 14 years. Now come probably the first ideas, the first signs for them. And what are they connected to in your 5th house? Check out my April video, more in depth what the 5th house means, because I don't want to go repeat myself, but some important events, positive, can happen for you in May connected to children, pregnancies, or the life of your child, new chapter that will be a source of pride for you, a source of growth for them financially, and maybe for you as well. A new idea can come to you. 5th house is not just our children, but our thoughts and original ideas are also our children. So is your own business if you have it. It's your baby. So a new eureka moment ideas of a business to develop can come. That again is not just active in May. 14 years it can take it a few years to unfold, and then 14 years, it's a source of some kind of blessings for you. Opportunities, Jupiter, Uranus, big luck, sudden. So creative ideas, May, powerful for you. Finding your joy, something that you're passionate about. If you haven't felt joy of life and passion, that can be powerful trigger for you. And it's not only now in May, because Jupiter will join with the sun in your 5th house of joyful life, vitality, ability to feel inspired and happy. And then Jupiter will join with Venus in this 5th house. Creative ideas can flow. Romantic love. And this theme stays for a year, because the cycles are just starting. Even though Jupiter will leave your 5th house, it just started 3 cycles. One with Uranus for 14 years. So something creative or whatever 5th house idea can become a source of meaning, purpose, fulfillment, and material success for you for many years. But then Jupiter starts a 1-year cycle with the sun in your 5th house and 1-year cycle with Venus in your 5th house on the 18th and on the 23rd of May. So bam, 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 3 cycles. Yes, Jupiter leaves your 5th house of creativity, and you think, oh, so after May I'll be like a dull and uninspired. No, the cycle just started. But here, maybe a child, maybe a creative project, maybe a 8th house is become famous on a stage somewhere. Actors, whatever. If you're in 5th house careers, are you in fashion? Are you in entertainment, in glamour? Are you in anything creative, basically? Art, theater. Are you, like me, entertaining people? It can also say this is entertainment, for entertainment purposes only. Even though I consider it more than that. But it's, you'll be able to put yourself in center stage positions. I know it kind of clashes with the Capricorn energy, but this is an opportunity given to you at least to find more joy in life and more connection with your inspiration and inner child, a breakthrough to the hurt inner child that you had, healing of this inner child as well. And of course, don't forget, 5th house is romance. If romance is starting now, it can be 1, 2, Jupiter, Uranus, Venus romance. It's Casanova will be jealous and envious. He had Jupiter, Sun, and Venus and Mars in the 5th house. You have Uranus, Jupiter, Venus now, and the Sun in the 5th house. It's a temporary activation, but I don't know. It's a theme that even if you don't meet someone now romantically, or renewal of already existing romance, interest again in your partner, it over the next 1 year, because I said those cycles started. Those 2 cycles, 3 cycles just started now. There might be some romantic developments that's very exciting for you, or some idea, business idea, or passionate idea, or creative interest that you develop that renews your life force and source. All right. Around the 5th, or around the 23rd, Jupiter-Venus conjunction in your 5th house. Go on a romantic date if you can, or spend some time with your children, or do something creative. This is a beautiful conjunction. The insights, the whole week from the 17th till the 25th, is just buzzing with this 5th house energy, or even from the 8th of May, the new moon in your 5th house. Downloads, ideas, feeling in the flow, creative output, let your hair down, party more, go on holidays. Fantastic time for this. 5th house is holidays, having enjoyment, putting yourself in the spotlight, creating something, going on dates, Jupiter, Venus. All right. But then Jupiter, and then there is a full moon in your 12th house on the 23rd, the same day that the Jupiter-Venus conjunction is in your 5th house. Might be a private 12th house romantic date, or maybe even trip holiday. This full moon is for 2 weeks influence, so maybe second part of May can be great time for you, or in part of June for foreign countries, holidays, or retreat, going to a hotel somewhere. 12th house rules that. Or maybe just your subconscious is so powerfully intuitive around that time, because it's the 12th house of dreams, vivid dreams that can happen around that time, downloads of kind of your subconscious talking to you, understanding something deep about yourself, something lost that is found, something private that is done, but it has a lot of energy of indulgence there, with the moon in the 12th house, overdoing something, with some hidden vices there. Just be careful about that, but I think things will be okay because of all the good aspects. And of course, Jupiter and Venus in the party house, the 5th house. Fun. So yeah, use that energy. But the other big event that's happening is that, and remember, this 5th house energy stays with you at least for the next year, all those activations that we talked about. But then Jupiter on the 25th moves into your 6th house. It will stay there for the next 12 months, and gradually you'll start seeing another theme. And this theme will resonate more with Capricorns, because it's a house, 6th house is connected to material responsibilities and duties, and this kind of 5th house energy sometimes can be a bit too much for Capricorns. No, it's never too much. It's beautiful. So you discovered your talents. The 5th house is talents. With Jupiter, Uranus there, Venus, you discover some talents, some natural passions that you're great at, some natural inspirations or new ideas that you had. And Jupiter enters your 6th house, and over the next 12 months, you can start implementing those practically. Maybe that passion, turning it into this talent or passion, turning it into business. 6th house, turning it into your job. 6th house, turning it into mastering it. 6th house is the house of the disciple, of the narrow specialists, of the specialists. So whatever inspiration you have, you specialize it and hone it with Jupiter in the 6th house, and you'll feel joy from that. It will come to you. You can do an apprenticeship somewhere. It will be fantastic. You can also train apprentices yourself with Jupiter in the 6th house, to train others, mentor others. 6th house is those that are below us somehow, and can be students, whatever. So you can train them. You can also expand your work. You can have more work than other times. Have a friend who is just having Jupiter in her 6th house over the last 1 year. She already is having it and it's closing. She's like working so much. Well, another friend, she Jupiter, it can go both ways. Jupiter in the sixth house can liberate you from a job that you no longer enjoy and can introduce you to new interests or new job that will feel more fulfilling. But Jupiter is a freeing planet. It's a Sattvic planet, and Sattvic is truth. So you see the truth of a certain career maybe is not too fulfilling, or certain responsibility that you have, or a duty that you have taken on towards someone or whatever. And Jupiter will free you from it while aligning you with the more correct, truthful vibration for you, some duty or service that you can do. New work project can come to you, more work than other times if you're in the right profession. If not, you might even take a break, believe me, because Jupiter actually rules your 12th house to dissolve, 12th house loss, to let go, to dissolve, to take a break, going into the 6th house of work. Some of you might actually take a break from work, decide to retire, and that will feel the right decision for them. Decide to, but if you're in the right career, Jupiter will make you or work even more passionate about it, more, receiving fulfillment from it and seeing results, expanding your office or whatever, more hiring more employees. Jupiter in the sixth house can help you over the next 12 months really receive help with the health situation. Maybe find the right and a very truthful for you way of eating or routine, health routine, exercise routine of some sort, or diagnosis from a good doctor. Sixth house rules the doctors. Diagnosis that, and not only diagnosis, but a treatment plan that is very auspicious and good for you. So all those things, either develop a routine or exercise that will be good for you. Or diagnosis or anything like that can be good for you as well with Jupiter in the sixth house. So I can talk to you a lot more about that, but check out my April video if you haven't seen it to hear more about the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in your fifth house. And if you want to learn with me and to find out how actually Capricorns, their relationships go, especially the ascendant moon in Capricorn, there is specific things that happen for them, and even something connected to, I speak about the first marriage, the second marriage, all long-term relationships, how for Capricorn there is some very interesting manifestations, and how sometimes they can actually meet their partner at work, and why this is so. So yeah, it's just 99. If you're interested, check it out.